And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to day number 1 of the OSC 2024 mid-season playoffs number 2. We are halfway through the broadcast. We just wrapped up with 4 best of 3s, and we have 3 series remaining. 3 best of 3s left here, and the first one is upon us. We're going to be jumping into Nicoract versus Nikich in a Terran versus Zerg matchup. Let us go. Both Nicoract and Nikich have both been improving quite a lot this year, actually. They've both been improving so much here over the past 6 months, over the past 12 months even, as Nicoract has been claiming some of these big weekly tournaments, Sparkling Tuna Cup, ESL Open Cup Americas as well, and even in WTL, Nicoract has been popping off. It's been very impressive to see his growth. Likewise, Nikich similarly has also been thriving and growing as a player. For a time was hyper aggressive and very cheesy as well, but I feel like has branched out a little bit more, and they will pair well together here for a series, for a best of. And here we go, spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Post Youth, we have our red Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg from Lena, Belarus, representing the Platinum Heroes as well, as they are teammates. It is Nikich. Here we go. We are going to be jumping in. We are going to be jumping into this fresh best of 3. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. This time at the start of the series, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Get your gamba going in the chat for who you think will come out on top, the Terran or the Zerg. Best of luck, up to you to decide. Best of luck, buddy. Best of luck. But now we're settling in. It is going to be a standard opener here from the side of Nikich. Meanwhile, Nicoract back at home. There's not just one, there is a hidden second Rax in the backline as well, so it's going to be a 2-Rax Reaper out of Nicoract. We have seen Nicoract actually embrace 2-Rax Reaper quite often on this map, sometimes in this position, sometimes a little bit closer to the other Reaper cliff as well. Again, a very aggressive start. Makes sense that the rush distance bike round on this map is quite short, the shortest out of any map in the map pool, and Nicoract wants to try to will take advantage of that and get a lead early on. Here we go. We'll see what he can get done, as is going to be rallying across the map. And the goal here is going to be to delay the third base, to contain Nikich on 2 bases for as long as possible. We'll see if he can. See if he can. Here we go. As initial Reapers are moving out. Again, Nikich for the time being does spot the initial Reaper, will spot the Rax on the high ground, but this is why Nicoract did throw down the Rax further back here, to keep it hidden, to keep it that much more difficult to scout from the eyes of Nikich. As Reapers are rallying out, expanding behind this, of course, this is not an all-in, just an aggressive start, and the drone is going to be denied. Oh, we do more from the gas geyser just in time. Nikich does save the worker, but taking the expansion, that's another story here. That's going to be a tough ask for Nikich. Once again, the third base is denied. Lings are forced out. Dancing with the Reaper. Third base not being taken. And with the additional Reapers here, Nikich can try to force a cancel. We'll see if he can pull it off. See if he can, as the rest of the Reapers are now revealed. And yeah, he's going for the expansion, going for the natural, going for the third even. Has 3 Reapers. 4th Reapers on the way. And again, 4 Reapers is all Nicoract needs. With the help of the KDA charges, should force a cancel. Nikich is going to try to fight for it, though. Queens are waddling down. We have 3 Lings as well. They will buy a little bit of time. But I don't think we can pull this off. Yeah, the KDA charges are a little bit too much. And the base should be cancelled. Hopefully not killed. There we go. We do force a cancellation. Base is heavily delayed. And so far, so good by Nicoract. The Queens are out of position. They're diving into the main. Thankfully, Lings are going to be able to stop them. Ling speed kicks in. And Nikich will shut this down. First Reaper does fall. The others will dive into the main. Oh, another Reaper gets caught out. Down to 2. Down to 2 Reapers. And soon to be down to 0. Nice catch here from Nikich. Shuts down the Reapers. And back at home, Nicoract happily just chilling out, getting into a 3cc 2-1-1. Third CC is already on the way. It's about to finish up. Stimmon's on the horizon as well. Nicoract is safe and sound back at home, transitioning. And Nikich, his third, was heavily delayed. Is going to be stuck on 2 bases that much longer, going for a +1 Evo chamber, or going for an Evo chamber for +1. Makes sense. Again, even though Nikich hasn't seen much across the map, is aware of the 2 racks, is aware of the potential follow-up of Stim. Is aware of the Stim follow-up. Nikich, when you're in this position, when you're forced to delay your 3rd base for so long, double expand. Nikich is double expanding in an attempt to catch up. We'll see if he can. Overlord tries to get the scout off. Overlord will get eyes on the progression of the 3rd CC. So Nikich now knows it's going to be a 3CC 2-on-1. Should be aware that he can afford to join up a little bit harder for a little bit longer, as the 3rd CC will delay the move out and delay the push. So Nikich knows he's safer to drone up here, I mean during this period. Behind this, double eBay on the way for Nicoract. And we'll see how much damage this initial move out will deal. The initial double Nicoract drop. As here it comes. It's on the way. The move out is spotted. Nikich is aware. Behind this, now it's time to make Lings. As many as possible. Lings are on the way. +1 Carapace as well. The most important upgrade here this early on to defend against the Mass Bio. 4th base, now finishing up as well. And so far, so good. Nikich should have enough. The Overlord is exposed. First Overlord does fall. Queen's coming in. Ooh, Clutch Transfuse! Oh my god! The Queen is saved, and Nikich will survive. Will deflect the initial drop. Will deflect the drop, not losing anything so far. Behind this, Nicoract getting his 3rd base up and running. 1-1 is on the way. Combat Shield, Stim is done, of course. Working towards a longer game. As Nicoract does go for another dive. Doesn't quite get the 4th though. Get some damage done. Going for the main, going for the Queen. Queen takes a lot of hits, the Queen goes down. And nice pick up here, good target firing as well. 1 Baleen does fall. Nicoract will load up, get the hell out of there, we'll drop away. As Nicoract is fighting some damage, at the same time going for a secondary move out. You have 2 drops on the left, double drop on the right. Nicoract going for a split push. And Nikich is somewhat exposed, not much in position here on the right hand side. That's some Ling Vein, there we go. Does rotate over, is ready. Is going to be somewhat ready for this. No transfuse. Yeah, not enough energy. No transfuse available. Ooh, 1 full medevac goes down though. Worth it for Nicoract. Oh, sorry, for Nikich. The other one. For Nika. You know how I mean. But nice target firing. Catching 2 Bailings. But again, a stronger defense for Nikich. Shuts down the full drop. Deflects the other. Getting to 1-1. Hydra's now on the way. It's going to be Ling Vein Hydra out of Nikich. So far, just on 3 base saturation, but squeezing out a couple of extra drones. Yeah. They're all Nick, Bappy. They're all some kind of Nick. Aye. Not like this. One's Nicky, the other's Nika. We got there. Aye. So now Nicoract once again going for another move out. On the baby suit. Don't quite connect. Nicoract does react in time. Nikich will defend, will hold. Yo, the worst it's been for me, the most like tongue twisted I've been casting, was casting Bunny versus Björn. I swear. The creation of Björn, not like this. And also Björn and Rhea. A little bit of that as well. Babby, it was getting late. What could I do? What could I... The brain just couldn't handle it anymore. As Nikich, after defending, has been able to build up quite a bit here, threatening a move out. Likewise, Nicoract Pushing out across the map. The drops will be able to lift up. We'll get out. Will not be caught out by Nikich. As both players have comparable armies. Nikich building up towards a hive, towards lurkers, taking up. And Nicoract is pushing. Behind this on 7 Raxes. Hasn't quite thrown out a 4 CC yet. Committing quite hard, actually. And we'll see what Nicoract can get done. Liberators have sieged. First lib does fall. Second lib as well. Yeah, a little bit too far forward. But the hatchery will still be cancelled. Does let it finish, though? That I'm not so sure about. There's 4 tanks behind this, and the base will fall. And nice pick up here from Nicoract. And again, he's just rallying across the map. Not quite 8-raxing, but still very committed on 3 bases. Very committed. Bailey's rolling in. Some okay connections, but not good enough. Oh, better connections, though. But there's just too much Marines Marauders, too much bias, stimming on forward, forcing back the Hydras. And barely any Ling Bane left. Nicoract gaining more ground. Catching a Queen. Slowly pushing forward with those tanks. Again, Nicoract, he's so close to breaking his opponent. 3 base all in. Ling Bane will catch out the tanks, though. And tanks did overextend. Too far forward. Nicoract pushing forward. The Medivacs running out of energy. And the Bio Army heavily overstimmed. Forced to pick up, forced to back off. And Nikich barely holds on. Behind this, the Lurker Den is done. Lurker upgrades underway. Vipers as well. And here come the first wave of Lurkers. The Lunkers, they're coming, Papi. But are they too late? Nicoract does catch the Queens. 2 Queens go down. The Lunkers, we need them. The Lurkers are almost done. Again, Nicoract still no 4th CC, no further tech. Just committing, rallying everything across the map. We'll back off for now, rotating around. Lurkers have arrived. And Nicoract has to make a choice. Does he keep going, or does he expand? And he's not stopping. Nicoract, he's not stopping, Papi. Still just rallying across. The longer this goes on, the worse it's going to be here for Nicoract. I mean, the supplies are looking good for the Terran, that's true. But the quality of the army, I say that Nikich actually still on 1-1. Still, the upgrades are not ideal. Nikich has the money for it, but there we go. +3 carapace now on the way. But has not started +2. Nice fighting Cloud. One of the tanks does fall, but the other tank is barely going to fall as well. Big overextension here by Nikich, though. The tank barely holds on. Nicoract moving out. Going for the 5th. Oh my god. And Nikich, he cannot engage. Where are the Lunkers? They're not here. Lurkers, yeah, they were left further back. They're now rotating over, but is it too late? Yeah, Nicoract, he's gaining more ground. The Lurkers are exposed. He's stimming in. He wants them. He gets 1. Oh my god, the Ling Bane does punish. Second Lurker falls. There's 2 left. Soon to be none. Yeah, we're sieging on top of the army. The first Lurker gets targeted. There's 1 Lurker remaining. 0 Lurkers left. And with that, oh my god, the army's still overstimmed. But Nicoract, he should have enough. He should barely have enough to keep pushing through. Yeah, the hatchery has fallen. And 0 Lurkers remaining. There's only 1 Hydra left. And Nikich, he's just trickling in. The 3 base all-in has barely worked. Barely breaks Nikich. Boys are being pulled in a moment of desperation. We'll get on top of the tanks, but there's still too many reinforcements. And with that, Nicoract, he has done it. Takes down the 3rd. Well, takes down the 4th, pushing towards the 3rd. Still more Hydras amassing. But again, pure Hydra against this kind of army, you hate to see it. And boys being pulled. The final Hydra's falling as well. Nikich, she's on that hopium, Papi. Oh no, GG gets called, and Nicoract will take game number 1. Ooh, in a very explosive game, in a very explosive build. GG. GG, well played. did commit to the 3-base all-in. Initially, Nikich was holding. Initially, Nikich did survive. But again, unfortunately, for the fights that were occurring on the left-hand side, even though he had invested into all those lurkers, the lurkers were not present. The lurkers, they were left towards the right-hand side instead. They were not a part of those engagements. With them, it might have been enough. Likewise, Nikich also did kind of slip up on his upgrades as well, so the quality of his army wasn't ideal. It wasn't scaling as well against Nicoract. Nicoract did eventually overwhelm. With that, GG. GG, well played. Nicoract takes the first game, and now we are jumping into game 2. Gonna be jumping into Golden Aura. Let's go. Let us go. Hero versus Hero Marine is always a good one too. Oh god, that's awful. That's awful, Bobby. I think I have casted that before. The difference is though, I think the last time I casted Hero versus Hero Marine, I think I just called him Gabe. I just gave up and I just started calling him Gabe instead. Like that was easier. But here we go, we're getting into our next game, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Golden Aura, we have our red Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player from the land of Belarus. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back, representing the Platinum Heroes as well as they are teammates. It is Nikich. We go. Nicoract once again setting up on the low ground. I say once again, in the last game, Nicoract did go for a 2-Rax Reaper opener, which was quite successful. Did force a cancellation on the third base of Nikich. This time, once again, 2-Rax Reaper out of Nicoract. Here we go. Back at home, Nikich going for a Hatch Gas Pool, standard opener out of the Zerg player. We'll see if Nikich can fare a little bit better this time in the early game. We'll see if he's able to respond, react, and respect the build of Nicoract. We go. Mara got a map off of Cyril in EWC. I remember it was because he tried to copy Clem. That is not the case. If you were watching the game, you're referring to Maru took a game off of Cyril on Oceanborn, and if you recall, Maru was doing what he does best. That is Turtle. A bit of a slower Terran style, was turtling up on Ghost Lib Mine, being very turtle heavy on Oceanborn. And he was able to eventually just like force Cyril to, I say force Cyril. Cyril did just trade too inefficiently for too long. Eventually he was shut down. And if you remember in the interview afterwards, Cyril even admitted himself that he was just like overly aggressive, and he was stuck on Lingbane Hydra for too long and needed to transition into Broodlords earlier, which he fixed, which he just fixed in the next game, because it was the game right after that Cyril did adjust. He just got too excited, man. He got too excited. As the Reaper already gets one drone kill, not bad. One drone goes down at the natural. Nicoract pulling back. Third base being taken. Bold move here by Nikich, but back at home, Nicoract already transitioning, already working on those add-ons. So Nikich will get away with it this time. Despite the 2-Rax Reaper opener, Nicoract only makes 2 Reapers. Only 2 Reapers, so this third base is going to get up and running. And Nikich going into a fast payliness. He's going for the all-in. Uh-oh. Okay, so Nikich, he's going to be committing to the all-in instead, going for a Bane Bust. Reapers are denied entry into the main base. Nikich does defend. Nicoract forced out. But already the transition is upon us. Now, if Nicoract realizes what's going on, bunkers. We're going to need bunkers back at home to hold, to survive. But Nicoract has yet to realize what is happening. Trying to go into the main base. Once again, the scout is denied. Lings are amassing. Ooh. Tumor goes down for the Reaper. I mean, that's a good trade, but not in this kind of game state. As the Lings are building up, and here we go. We pull the trigger. Nikich going for the all-in, going for the bust. Flying across the map. And the Reaper doesn't confirm. Uh-oh. We are not quite ready for this. It is going to be a 4x follow-up, though. That's a lot of Marines. A lot of Marines are going to be available. A lot of Bane is going to be spent initially here on the wall. But Stim should not finish. And Nicoract, he's getting caught with his pants down. The pants are down, Papi. He doesn't know. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Almost made it out. The wall's open. Okay, the wall does close up. Banelings roll in. Wall gets knocked down. Depot and Reactor do fall. That's all it means. The target. Oh, my God. The target firing. Nicoract. He's crazy. Does target fire every single Baneling. He holds onto the ramp. And, oh, my God. He's holding. He is defending. Nikich cannot break in. Not into this army. No with slow Banes. No with Nicoract controlling. Yeah, he can just stand and fight. Doesn't even have to micro. Doesn't have to kite back. He shuts down all the lings. The Banelings are on the way, but there's no follow-up. There's nothing else left. Ooh, one Baneling almost connects, but GG gets called. That's all that was left, and Nicoract will take the series 2-0. GG. Oh my God. GG, well played. Nicoract, despite not scouting, did go for a 4-axe response. What does that mean? That means that Nicoract had an abundance of Marines to work with. He had so many Marines, despite not having a bunker, did have plenty to deal with. Thankfully, he was able to pull away. He was able to pull back to the ramp to create a choke point to make sure he didn't get surrounded, and then target fire his heart out, focusing down all the Banelings, and did not allow a single one to connect. No one had mattered most. GG. GG, well played. Ooh, Nicoract does hold, does take the series, does advance on to the next round.